The other day I was reading the story of Joseph and how God took him from small beginnings, from small humble beginnings to being way up there in charge and second in command of all of Egypt. And such a tremendous story, an amazing story on how God can take someone from their place of discouragement, or God can take someone from their place of just not being able to get ahead in life, and God can take someone from just their place of despair and really just elevate them to a place of prestige. And just thinking about that story and what God did through Joseph and how God did it through Joseph is such an inspiration for myself and for you, it should be, because we can see how God will take anyone who is faithful to Him and will just bless them beyond measure. And if we see what Joseph had to go through to get to where he was, we would say, you know what, God, I don't want to sign up for that. I don't want to do that. Keep me out. But it was in preparation for what God had for him. And a lot of times we're dealing with situations in our lives and we're asking ourselves, why do I have to go through this? Or God, why am I here? And what we have to realize is that God has a plan and a purpose for your life. And seeing what Joseph went through, when you look at it from from one viewpoint, it looks like, wow, he really had it tough, and he did. He had it hard being sold by his own brothers, being betrayed by his own brothers. And one thing that shows me is, there's always going to be haters out there. There's always going to be people who want to criticize, who want to make you look bad, and it's for their own selfish reasons, for their own insecurities that they're going to be out there doing that. But one thing we have to realize is God is faithful. No matter what, He is faithful to us. And even when we're not faithful, even when we've made mistakes, even when we fail, God is always faithful to us. And if we can just grab a hold of that and grasp what God has in store for us, and just trust in His ways. And I'm sure Joseph questioned, what's going on, God? Why am I in prison? Why am I going through all these things? And I'm sure he's questioned, and you've questioned God, and I've questioned God. And we just have to realize that God is faithful. God is always true to His word. And if He has promised you something, God is not a liar. He is not someone who just says things for no reason. God has a purpose for everything He does. God has a purpose for your life. And no matter what area in your life you're struggling with, God can see you through. God will help you get through those situations. And no matter how deep in despair you are, no matter how troubled you might be, God has a plan for your life. And if we're just faithful and just trust in God with all of our hearts, the Bible tells us, lean not on our own understanding, but in all ways acknowledge Him. And if we do that every day, and just every day to say, God, here I am. I might not know where I'm going today. Might not know what I'm doing today, but I'm going to trust in You, and I'm going to wholeheartedly seek You and follow You. If we do that, we'll see how God will begin to just open doors for us. And when we see that doors might be closing, or we see where we're not sure what to do next, God will show us the way if we are just faithful, and if we would just take the courage to just take those steps of faith and do things that really just activate our faith and believe in God. And we'll see how God will just make a way for us, make a way where there is no way. And sometimes we have to go through struggles, we have to go through these situations in our lives, but it's just to push us to where we need to be at. And so, even in those days where you feel like you're questioning God, or you say, God, I don't know what's going on, just believe, and be encouraged, because God has a plan for your life.